Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to Touch Gloves Boxing. I go by the name of Biyenge, featuring yours truly, Tre. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. When you're ready, Tre.
Yo, what you saying, cuz?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much.
Yes,
Nothing much. All
obviously,
good.
man.
All good.
I just wanted to just take this platform to wish yourself and everyone who's obviously celebrating Father's Day today a good day, of course, man. Obviously, we've had some action-packed boxing, of course, man. But,
Mm,
cuz,
mm.
before we get into that, hopefully you've had a good weekend and that, man.
All good.
Did you get up to anything much, man? What did you get up to, bro?
Straining. Straining.
As usual.
Training and chilling. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm seeing you in the socials, cuz, man. Like I said last week. You're looking like you're going to camp. You're looking like Joshua about to go to camp against Usyk, man. So obviously, big up on your end, cuz man. Big up, man. Of course, man. And once again, big up as well. iBoxing Hub, always tuned into the show. Like, absolutely love the energy, man. Big up, always, man. But cuz, let's get down to business. You know what we do here, cuz at Touch Gloves
Mm-hmm.
Boxing. We get down to business. We've obviously had a unification bout yesterday, and cuz we obviously saw what happened. But let's go for it anyway. Beterbiev knocks out Joe Smith Jr. to claim the World WBO Light-Heavyweight title. Cuz, what's your initial thoughts about the event itself, cuz?
You know, the event was all right. It seemed like light work for Bertie, if I'm honest with you. I actually expected more from Smith. I literally thought, he was going to take him to the later rounds. But I think it was Bertie's power that just took him off his game.
Mm.
Because where he went wrong was he was trading straight away from round one.
You
And
went
he
went
got
for war
caught.
straight away.
Before the round ended, he got caught. And from there, I thought, ooh, this is ending soon. But
Mm.
I don't know. This is his second title offense. He's suspended in it. What's his name? Joe Smith.
Yeah. Basically won the title, and then yeah, this is technically his first, maybe, or he defended it
No,
previously.
I think he defended it before. He
Okay.
beat the opponent, then he started calling out for I think Canelo.
Ooh,
But
boy.
yeah. If I'm honest with you, I look. This is just me, just being honest. I
Mm.
expected more from Smith. If I'm honest with you, I just expected more because we already know. I've said it time and time. Beterbiev, he's a problem in this division. Yeah, he's a
Yeah, you
problem.
did say it.
And you need to
You
study
said
him.
it.
You need to study him. He's like he's been in the Olympics twice, right?
Yep,
And
yep.
like is he undefeated?
Yeah, he's undefeated. That was his
He's
18th
7 years old.
win, 18th knockout as well, man. So he's
There
knocked
you
out
go.
every guy that he's
So
been in the ring with.
I, if I'm honest with you, that just seemed like light work for him. That seemed like light work for him. I mean,
Mm.
what's your thoughts on the fight?
Boy, man. The fight itself, if I'm 100% honest with you, just looking at it from a purist point of view, obviously before the fight, I thought Joe Smith, looking at the Blood, Sweat, and Tears series, also episode 1 and 2. And during the build up, I was just thinking, you know what? This is going to be a proper scrap 50-50, maybe. No, not 50-50 based on the CVs, but because of the occasion, that this is an opportunity to unify the division and to really put yourself up there. And it was like you said, cause it was light work for Beterbiev, and he actually showed the world that can't be taking this guy lightly because at the age of 37 years old,
Mm, mm,
the fact that he's still able to, show his experience, show his
yeah.
skill, show his grit, and to show his like ring IQ and intelligence in the ring just to get the job done, you just have to give the man credit.
But the thing is, right? It's like, how can I put it? They were hyping up Joe Smith. Not to say he's a boring boxer, no, because obviously when he knocked out what's his name?
Who?
Is it Hopkins when he knocked him out of the ring?
Yeah.
From there, it's just like everyone's saying that he's got a knockout power. So I literally thought, right, you know what, this guy is serious. If he lands, he might, I don't know, rock Beterbiev. But it seemed like he didn't do nothing. If anything, it seemed when he got hit like a clean shot, it's like he didn't want it no more. Technically, he got knocked down, what, 4 times? Obviously, ref could have stopped it on the third.
Yeah. No, definitely, cuz definitely. And look, before we break this fight fully, man, I just obviously want to run through some of these comments that we got. Like, obviously, big up everyone that's commenting, engaging with us. Like, this makes the show beautiful when everyone's getting involved in the discussions. Of course, obviously, we've got Palamos Blancos, big up. He's obviously saying Yard can't beat Beterbiev unless he's lightning quick. Of course, obviously, big up some of the comments there. iBoxing Hub is obviously saying crazy. He's 37 years old. Cuz, look, we're saying that as well. And Palamos Blancos is obviously saying he looks ring rusty. So I'm guessing Joe Smith maybe. And just these last few comments, still crazy thinking how Joe Smith had never been knocked down in his whole career, and Beterbiev had him down so many times in 2 rounds. It just says a lot about his style, his game plan as well. What was Joe Smith thinking about that game plan? Because obviously the guy's got
The
a
question,
100% KO rate. So I'm gonna bring that question to you, Cuzman,
yeah,
quickly before you
see,
answer that
about
question.
me, I think, if I'm honest with you, I don't even think Joe Smith was ready. I don't know, because just judging by round one, he just didn't seem ready. He didn't
Mm,
seem ready, bro. Like, if anything, Beterbiev was more calm. Joe, like I said, the whole game plan was just wrong. I think he was going for the knockout ASAP. I think literally he just wanted to
yeah,
go for a knockout. Went to
yeah,
end it there and
exactly.
then. You know.
Exactly. I agree with you completely, and that sort of mirrors what iBoxing Hub is saying as well, man. It was just a bad game plan, and little to no heart from Joe Smith Jr. as well. Completely agree. Cuz, let me just throw this one at you as well, man.
Hmm.
Bivol clears them all. What are you saying?
Do, do you know what? It's funny you say that. Beterbiev v Bivol. I would say that's a 50-50. My reason why I say that, because Bivol, the height, and he's taller, I think he'll fight Beterbiev smarter. He'll do the same thing he done to Canelo, but
Mm,
smarter. Do you know what I mean?
mm,
He'll probably win on points. But if he trades, then Beterbiev will win.
mm. Now
That's my personal opinion.
that's a good point. That's a good point. I'm not gonna lie. That is absolutely a good point. And
Because
look, yeah,
go
go
on.
on.
Because obviously they asked Beterbiev, like, okay, who do you want to fight next? He said he would want to fight Bivol. But the reality is, right, the us boxing fans, we know about boxing. We know, the likes of Bivol and Beterbiev. But the casual boxing fans, they don't really know them. But
Mm,
financially, it will probably make sense for Beterbiev to fight Anthony Yard here in the UK, because he's building up his profile, and a lot of people will tune in because it's for three belts, right?
yeah,
Is it WBO,
yep,
WBC, and IBF?
yes, them three, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So on paper, it makes sense. But
Mm,
it's going to be interesting. I mean, look, I'm happy for Yard. Like, if this fight's happening, apparently in London, in England, in October, boy, like, I think, can Yard do the job? I think he can. I know people are gonna say, oh, no, but this is my reasons. He's been up. He fought the likes of what's his name? What's that Russian's name?
Kovalev,
Kovalev.
yep.
And I think because he's been at that world level now, he's gained experience. Don't get me wrong, it's going to be a tough fight,
Mm,
but I think with Beterbiev, he's got experience, right? But with Yard, I think he's got, because he's younger, I think he's going to be a bit smarter. I don't think Yard is going to trade with Beterbiev. I know
mm.
Yard can bang as well, but I think if anything, him fighting Beterbiev, he's probably going to have a plan A, B, C, and D.
Yeah, of course,
You know what I mean?
definitely. Because, and obviously, like you've obviously just jumped into the subject anyway, man. Lions in the camp. Obviously,
Mm,
you've got Anthony Yard.
mm,
He's the mandatory technically
mm.
for one of the titles, of course.
Yeah.
But with him being the mandatory for the WBO, I believe
Mm,
so. that puts him in front for a title shot for all three of the
Yeah.
belts to unify the division, man. And cause you're 100% right, man. Obviously, big up Anthony Yard and big up obviously Tunde in this situation. He's going to be obviously training him for that fight, and I just feel that the time is right. They've waited. He's obviously gone to the States, seen what Beterbiev can do live in action. You know, he's building his profile in the States. Beterbiev also needs Yard to build that fan base in the UK as well. Like you said, I think it's the perfect matchup. But obviously, I know what these guys are saying in terms of, you know, the clash of styles. Beterbiev and Bivol would be a great fight. But I think Beterbiev, he's 37 years old. He needs to build up his profile, try, you know, generate as much revenue as possible before he obviously hangs up the gloves. And he still looks, he doesn't even look like he's 37, cuz, if I'm
Well,
honest with you, man.
my understanding, he said he wants to move up. He doesn't mind going to cruiserweight, then to heavyweight, because I think he fought Usyk in the amateurs, and he doesn't mind fighting Usyk again. That's what he said in his interview.
No, it's true.
But then again, from a different angle, right? Again, from a boxing fan, it will make sense if Beterbiev fought Bivol, because the winner will hopefully become undisputed, and then from there, then they can vacate all the belts, and the likes of, you know, Buatsi, Yard, Callum Smith, and whoever. Do you know what I'm saying? They can all win the world title, and then perhaps, you know, we can have a big showdown with Buatsi and Yard for the belts in here in England.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And that just goes back to what Palamos Blancos is obviously saying as well. What about Joshua Buatsi? You obviously mentioned him. He's in that mix. He's
Definitely,
he's
definitely.
up in there in the rankings as well. If you look at like sort of the world rankings, Buatsi is up there in the top 10. Yards up there in the top 10. Callum Smith is also up there in the top 10 as well. So there are sort of fighters in that mix. If
Mm,
that unification fight does happen, one becomes undisputed, and let's say Beterbiev wins and he, you know, vacates the belts, is up
mm.
for grabs for everyone, and we could potentially see that fight that we want to see, which is obviously Yard versus Buatsi. Maybe one of them, you know, picks up some belts, and then the other one picks up some belts and have a massive unification, man.
So Bivol at the moment, so he's not going to fight Canelo because Canelo's going to fight
Triple J.
Triple G. So
Yep,
technically, somebody should actually challenge Bivol for his belt.
it's true. Look, it's true. 100%.
You know,
I agree with what you're saying, and
if not Buatsi, then maybe Callum Smith.
Callum Smith, exactly. Yeah, he's moved up. He's up in the rankings.
Yeah,
So I do believe that that is a good fight for him, and just to see what he could potentially do, because it's interesting, man. It's interesting. I can't lie, man, because right now I'm just looking at the rankings now. So for the WBO rankings, obviously Yard is number one. You got Ramirez number two, 44 and 0. You've got Vasilov and you've got Smith. You've got Boatsy at number 8 as well. So the rankings, IBF as well. Currently, you got Boatsy as the number 2. We don't have a number 1 person who's obviously holding the number 1 spot at the moment. So
mm,
Boatsy is obviously in line for the IBF belt, man. So because this division is looking crazy, and for the WBC organization, Smith's number 1. Smith's number 1 for that belt. He's mandatory. So it's a bit of a madness right now, man. And I'm not gonna lie, cuz I think you're gonna bust up when you hear this. Obviously, if Yard and Tunde shout out Lions in the camp enough times, obviously Yard's gonna have a chance of beating both Bivol and Beterbiev to become the undisputed
listen,
lightweight champion of
I,
the world,
I,
man. That
I'm
obviously big
listen.
up,
I'm
man.
rooting for Yard. I'm rooting for Yard. Do you know what
Trust
I mean?
me, trust
Because
me.
you know what he's going
Lions in the
through.
camp,
I'm
man.
rooting for him. So
Trust me.
look, I can see him doing the job, but it's not going to be easy. But I can see him. I can see. But then again, it's like, all right, if he beats Bertov, is there a rematch clause, or is it just that's it? I'm assuming there's no rematch clause. I
No,
don't
there
know why. I
shouldn't
don't
be.
know why.
There shouldn't be a rematch clause,
I'm just
cuz.
assuming.
Yeah,
But
man.
boy, that it's just gonna wow. Just imagine, yeah, you know, unified light heavyweight champion.
Three belts,
Boy,
man. 3 belts, like.
Do
Do you know what I mean? Like, imagine the story. He obviously went to Russia. He didn't go to the capital of Russia, like he obviously mentioned in interviews. He went to some town that a lot of people know about. That's Kovalev's hometown. You had to have security guards there as well. Like, it was just problems, man. But he still went there, took the risk, and he nearly became champion then. And that was for 1 belt, cuz, man. Now he's got a potential opportunity to get 3 belts, man. So I definitely agree that it would be a massive fight, and I hope he gets this fight, man. Like, I hope this fight happens in London Stadium. I keep saying that London Stadium needs to host a massive fight, and I'm waiting for it, man. Obviously, I'm a local, and I want to see a massive boxing event at the London Stadium, and I think that would be a tremendous spectacle for the local community, of course, man.
I reckon that it's going to take place at the O2 Arena. I could be wrong, but
yeah, it could be. Yeah,
it'd be
definitely.
nice, for them to host that fight at the O2 Arena. But wow, just to think of it, 3 belts, man, this is serious. Wow.
Serious business, cuz, man. This is serious business. So
technically, so let's just say, right, all right, he wins. Yeah, Yard beats Beterbiev. No rematch clause.
Yep.
So then he'll then fight what? Bivol next.
Yeah, it would have
And then
to
let's
be
just say he beats Bivol. So he becomes undisputed light heavyweight champion. So what, is he gonna vacate and move up to cruiserweight?
Cuz, if I'm honest with you, he's gonna have to. Yeah, he's gonna have to. If you've cleaned up the division, because I'm sure every fighter's goal is to clean up the division. Once they've cleaned up the division, you're gonna have to challenge yourself for the next stage, which is moving up, man. Do you know what I mean? He looks like a big guy. He looks like he'll be able to go up to cruiserweight, and there's some big fights. But the way we're thinking way ahead here, man,
I know.
he needs to obviously get the job done.
Yeah.
We don't want to jinx anything, man. But look, massive fans of Anthony Yard, of course. Reason why he shouts out lions in the camp. I like that energy, and I just generally hope that he gets his fair shake. Gets this title shot, because it's a bit up in the air. Because it looks like Beterbiev, he wants the undisputed fight, and you could understand why he wants the undisputed fight. He's 37 years old, and probably that's more motivating for him. But at the same time, from a business perspective, him going to London, fighting someone like Anthony Yard, for example, is only going to boost his profile for the British audience, or for the non-casual, for the casuals, let's say, who watch the sport. So
True.
yeah, man.
Wow.
Look, this is actually a funny one. So does Biyenge have shares in the O2?
Listen.
I think so. Man. I think so. He should be a global ambassador for the O2, man, because the amount of times he's recommending fights there, because you might as well be an ambassador there.
Listen. I ain't say nothing. No, but no, honestly, it will be interesting if it was hosted at the O2 Arena. Just saying, but I don't know. So but okay, all right. So if the fight, when the fight happens, and it's a draw, so what happens? Are they gonna run it back, or
They would have. I'm guessing if it's, let's say, if we look at the fight and it's very controversial, they would have to run it back, man, because I'm not too sure if there's any sort of rematch clause or anything like that, man. But they would have to run it back, man, especially if, like, us, the viewers, the public, if we push it out there that, look, this needs to be a rematch in this fight. Of course, man, I definitely think they would have to run it back. And plus, if they were to run it back, it's more money for both fighters anyway, because it's going to be a big fight. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be a big fight, man. And look, this is obviously a good point here as well. Obviously, Yard won't admit it's too early to fight Beterbiev, and Frank needs that event money, so he'll push Yard to take it. Obviously, you know what? It's up in the air. Like, for me, I generally believe that Yard can do it. Like, there's a reason why he obviously shouts lions in the camp. That energy's hungry. He's a hungry lion, ready to fulfill his potential.
to self belief, man. Like end of the day, like look, it's big. Think about it. Just deep it. It's actually big because like look, he's fighting for 3 belts, not one, not two, but 3 belts.
Mm.
You know, share the tickets, bro. But listen, bro. It's been announced. It's been announced. It's
Jeez. All right,
we
you know what, you know what, you know what. We're going to that now because we've obviously ran through all of this. Because you've said it, we have to obviously do this properly. Cause what's been announced, man? Share, Mr. Sports
listen.
Entertainment.
It's
Share
going
the big
down.
news, cause
It's
share it.
going down at Saudi Arabia, August the 20th, which is a Saturday. Usyk vs AJ, the rematch. Bro, I'm excited. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Listen, it's going to be explosive. Bro, like, look, I'm telling you, bro, I can feel, listen, I think he's going for the KO, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Listen, I think AJ is going for the KO. Telling you, bro. I'm telling you
It
100%.
it has to. I think that's the only way that he can win, man. In my opinion, he shouldn't try to box the boxer. I think Usyk, in terms of his his ring IQ, his generalship in the ring, like his just overall intelligence as a fighter. I think you don't want to go into a boxing match with this guy. I think he needs to be the heavier man, show that he's a heavyweight, be aggressive, and just show him Wagwan at the end of the day, man.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Let's go there. So, what's happening with the WBC belt? Because I'm a bit confused. Apparently, Fury's got it. He's got no mandatory challenges,
Mm.
and he can hold the title for 12 months, according to him. But I'm confused then. So, because what he's saying is that he believes Usyk will beat AJ, and for him to fight Usyk, he'll need 500 million,
Yeah.
bro. Half a
Uh,
billion.
you know what? Cause that's why, like, obviously this is like sort of another subject for another day, man. But this is why that they've got these other titles, such as the WBC Silver Interim title, so that the main title, which is obviously the WBC belt, people gonna have to fight for that mandatory silver belt first before claiming for that world title. Cause so it's like a step. It's similar to what Daniel Dubois won last week, the regular title. That regular title is in place to avoid the super fights. So whoever's the super champion doesn't need to fight these little mandatories. Let's say the regular champion defends against the mandatories. I don't know if that sort of makes sense to you. It's such a confusing thing. Like for the casuals, it's difficult to keep up with and understand, but it's a complicated one, man. And I genuinely think that Fury, I think in this position, if he's not gonna fight, vacate the title, man. Let these other younger
If I'm honest
guys
with you,
fight.
I think he wants to fight. He ain't gonna say it because I watched an interview with him and Piers Morgan.
Mm.
His wife even said she's got a feeling like he wants to have. I think he wants to have at least one more fight because look, it will be a perfect story just to say, look, I unified the division. I got stripped, and then I was banned for 3 years. I come back and I claimed all the belts back, bruv. That is like wow, you know.
Mm.
But I got a feeling. I'm look. End of the day, regardless who wins out of AJ and Usyk, yeah, he's gonna do it. I believe he's gonna do it. I believe he's gonna do it.
Yeah,
He's
obviously
gonna.
that's your guy right there, man. So, just quickly anyway, I just want to run through some of the rest of the comments here, man. Once again, big up for all the engagements and comments, man. We absolutely love you all. Obviously, iBoxing Hub is saying AJ got to fight Usyk and not box him, which is 100% true. Palamas is obviously saying I expect AJ KO. Anything less, we're gonna feel cheated. I agree with you. Then Fury next. We want to see AJ Fury, the massive one, 150 million%. Boxing Hub's obviously saying he's waiting for Usyk AJ2 to be done so he can decide whether or not he wants to fight the winner. Now that makes complete
He
sense.
will. He will.
And look, this is an interesting one. Joyce can fight Daniel in the meantime. So I'm guessing he means Joyce versus Daniel
Yeah.
Dubois 2 for the regular title. That would be massive.
If I'm honest with you, I mean, I could be wrong. I don't think Daniel would fight Joyce. Not yet.
Okay.
Because like, look, he's lost from Joyce, and because he's won the WBA regular title, he wants to be smart. Because he technically wants AJ. That's what he wants. He wants AJ to win the fight. He wants to fight AJ. But the reality is, like, come on, let's be real. If AJ wins the belts, he's not going to fight Daniel. If anything, they'll probably pay him a step-aside fee. Who want to fight the Gypsy King.
Yep.
I mean, so either way, you know, the fight will happen eventually one day. But Joe Joyce, I mean, look, technically, if Fury wanted to, but financially it wouldn't make sense for him, he could fight Joe Joyce now.
He could. Yeah, they're both under sort of the same stable. You know, Frank Warren manages them both.
So I reckon he can make that happen. Fury is a prize fighter. So, like, look, he's talking about $500 million fighting Usyk, yeah? I can't really see that happening, but him fighting AJ may not be $500 million, but not far off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. He could definitely, he can get. It just depends who promotes and markets it. At the end of the day,
they want 50-50. Let's just be real. BT Sport won a cut. DAZN won a cut. You know, it's just
that's just the way it's going to be. But as long as Eddie's involved, he could, you know, generate the numbers. As long as Eddie Hearn is involved in that, he will generate the numbers, man. In terms of what he does from a commercial side with Matchroom, I definitely believe the numbers will be there. So it's an interesting one, cause like that's why we call it the heavyweight madness, because right now it's a madness right now, man. Do you know what I mean?
Triple D, he even said he doesn't mind fighting the likes of Andy Ruiz.
These are the fights we've got to see, cuz. Do you know what I mean? We got to see them fights, man. You know what? Palamos, big up, man. He's obviously saying Fury's talking fraff again about $500 million. Man, the guy's a prize fighter. He wants his money. So it's just one of those ones. At the end of the day, he wants his money. Fair dues to the guy. So obviously, big up for what he's done, man. But
just a quick one. If Derek Chisora beats Pulev, he should challenge Triple D for that belt.
Ooh, yeah, I think so. I definitely think so. 1000% I agree with you. I think that would be a good fight for Derek, man. And also it would be a good fight for Daniel Dubois as well, man. It's like a sort of, not a step up in level, but you know, Chisora is very respectable. He's been there with the best of them. So to fight him will be a good way to sort of measure how he would do against, you know, some of the bigger fighters, man.
Indeed. Heavyweight madness.
Heavyweight madness. Like I told people, the show is coming soon. The heavyweight madness show. Obviously it's going to be a crazy one where we proper, you know, analyze in depth the heavyweight division, man. We're going to break it down to the core. But obviously we're coming up to the end of the show anyway. Just want to quickly run through this last comment. Obviously, big up iBoxing Hub. Tyson Fury has said multiple times that he doesn't fight for money. We completely agree. But obviously for this case, you can't lie, he wants $500 million. He wants
with what he's achieved, right? Look, he's not gonna fight for no money. He's gonna fight for money. Like, at the end of the day, every boxer who fights in the ring, they fight for money. You know, people talk about legacy, but the reality is, you're like, look, you want to make sure you get paid a decent amount of money. Do you know what I mean? Because that could be your last fight.
No, 100% true. 100% true, man.
Well, hold on. Technically, I'm trying to fight. Eddie Hearn said, like, look, if Chisora keeps losing his fights, well, he can't be doing all these big numbers and pay-per-view. Do you know what I mean? You know, so Chisora has to win the fight. So I believe if he beats Pulev, then him and Daniel Dubois, or even Joe Joyce, you know.
Definitely.
Personally, I think Daniel Dubois, because he's got the belt, and Chisora said it as well. Like, look, every fighter fights for money. Don't be fooled. They fight for money. Why do you think it takes time when they're negotiating? Because it's money.
Money involved. No, exactly. You're 100% right, man. 100% right. Obviously, we're coming up to the point where it's the end of the show, of course. Once again, we just want to thank the viewers who's viewing the show. Thank you so much for taking up your time to join us on obviously Father's Day on a good evening, of course. Um, Obviously, we just wanted just to say here that respect for everyone who's viewing the show once again. Big up Palamos Blancos. What is the message, my brother? What is the message? I'm a bit curious here. What is the message here? I'm curious
Read
to
that
know what the
message.
message is.
What
Read
message?
that message. What message? What message, bro? What message? I'm not too sure what the message is, but obviously we're coming up to the end of the show. Cuz, as always, as what you do, Mr. Sports Entertainment, bro, how are you gonna end this, cuz? How are you gonna end this?
Positivity, man. Like I say, look, we're here every Sundays, 7:30. We are Touch Gloves Boxing. We love boxing. Just remember to like, share, and subscribe. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell their friends, tell their friends, tell your family, like, share, and subscribe.
Always,
I go by the
always.
name of Biyenge, featuring Truly Tre. Is that message up yet?
Yeah, that message is right here. It's obviously Joyce and Daniel Dubois, Channel 5 fighters, in my opinion. Chisora is a box office. He just wanted me to just say that again. No, no worries. No,
Listen.
big up, big up, big up. Anyway, regardless, man,
Yeah.
big up, big up, big up. We
Yeah.
love the
But listen,
energy, man.
everyone, have a productive week. Yeah. And, we'll touch base again next week. But remember, the big fight, August the 20th. 3 times.
Three
Of
times? Can you do it 3 times?
course
Or,
he can.
or can the Ukrainian warrior defeat AJ for the second time in a row to retain his unified title?
The way I can see him defeating AJ, I think he would have to knock him out.
Boy, boy. We just have to see, man. We're gonna, if that subject continues, we'll be here for an extra 30 minutes, man. But obviously, big up iBoxing Cub.
All
That
right,
we'll
then.
see you next week as well.
Take care,
And
man.
yes, man. God bless everyone for tuning into the show once again, man. Love.